Hello, I'm the Jame, and with today's J-Man review. Here we go. The first review I'm gonna do is tribute to the late Corey Monteith. He was such a good Glee star, so here's his movie called Monte Carlo with Selena Gomez, Katie Cassidy from TV's Arrow, Naomi Meester from TV's Gossip Girl. This is the only movie that I got with Corey Monteith, so rest in peace Corey Monteith or Finn Hudson. The next movie is called How Do You Know with Reese Witherspoon, Paul Rudd, Owen Wilson, Jack Nicholson. This is a movie directed by James L. Brooks. If you don't know what it's about, I'll read you the synopsis. From legendary writer-director James L. Brooks comes a humorous and romantic look at the how do you know question. When everything she's ever known is suddenly taken from her, Lisa, Reese Witherspoon, begins a fling with Matty, Owen Wilson, a major league baseball player and self-centered ladies' man. Before their relationship takes off, Lisa meets up with George, Paul Rudd, a straight arrow businessman facing his own serious issues with both his father, Jack Nicholson, and the law. Just when everything seems to be falling apart, it doesn't. So that's a review of How Do You Know? I'll show you the disc. Here's the disc for Monte Carlo. It's the disc for How Do You Know? The next movie is The Muppets with Jason Segel, Amy Adams. Yeah? Okay. Sorry for that interruption. It's a movie called The Muppets with Jason Segel, Amy Adams, and the Muppets. You know what the Muppet movie is about. I'll just show you the disc. Here's a movie called Ted with Mark Wahlberg, and the voice of Ted is Seth MacFarlane, the host of this year's Oscars. Here's the disc. Here's the spine and the back. That was Ted. The next movie I'm going to review is the Australian Greek one called The Kings of Mykonos, Wild Boys 2 with Nick Giannopoulos, Vince Colosimo, Alex Drumiadis. This is when Vince Colosimo and Nick Giannopoulos go to Mykonos because Steve inherited a beach in Mykonos. It's autographed from me from Vince Colosimo because I know Vince Colosimo. Here's the spine. Here's the back. And here's the disc. So that was The Kings of Mykonos, Old Boys 2. The next one is called, here's another Reese Witherspoon one, it's called This Means War, with Tom Hardy, who was Bane in the Dark Knight Rises, and has Star Trek's Chris Pine. Here's the spine, and here's the back. Here's the disc for This Means War. The next movie I'm going to review is What You Expect When You're Expecting About Pregnancy. It's got Jennifer Lopez, Matthew Morrison from TV's Glee. Here's the disc. Sorry. Here's the disc. That's what you expect when you're expecting. The next old one is called Footloose with Julianne Hough, who was in Safe House, Penny Wormhold, Miles Teller from the movie 21 and Over, and Project X. Here's the back. Here's the disc. That was Footloose. My next one is The Social Network, about Facebook. It has Jesse Eisenberg in it, who plays Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook. Here's the back. Here's the disc. So it's a boy in grey disc. That was The Social Network. The next one is called The Lincoln Lawyer, with Matthew McConaughey, Josh Lucas, Marisa Tomei, Ryan Felipe. Here's the back. So, here's the disc. That's The Lincoln Lawyer with Matthew McConaughey. My next old one is Grown Ups. Grown Ups 2 is coming out soon. This is called Grown Ups 2. No, this is called Grown Ups 1. This is called Grown Ups, and Grown Ups 2 is coming out soon. Here's the back. Here's the disc. That's Grown Ups. My next old one is Mr. Popper's Penguins with Jim Carrey from the Incredible Bird Wonder Stone. Here's the back. This movie is about he inherited penguins from his father. Next one is the Disney Channel movie Camp Rock. Demi Lovato and the Jonas Brothers. Here's the back. Here's the disc. That was Camp Rock. Next one is The Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon, Emily Blunt. This is based on a book by Philip K. Dick. And here's the back. This is snap lock, so I have to open it up. Here's the disc. That was The Adjustment Bureau. This is the sequel to Camp Rock. It's called Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam. Demi Lovato and the Jonas Brothers again. Here's the back. Excuse me. Fix up the disc. And here's the disc. Close it up. And that was Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam. This is Annie, which is based on a Broadway play, and I'm going to see Annie Jr. in August when I see with my friends in Williamstown. Yeah, Williamstown Theatre. It's the back. It's a normal, boring copy disc. That was Annie. Before I get into my new ones, here's my last pile of old ones before I get to my new ones. This is The 5-Year Engagement with Emily Blunt and Jason Segel and Jason Segel and Emily Blunt. It's the back. The boy in blue disc again. So it does it up. That was The 5-Year Engagement. My next one is another Adam Sandler one. It's called Just Go With It. This time he's in it with Jennifer Aniston. Mr. Back, who's getting married to Justin Theroux. Is the disc. That was Just Go With It. The next one is an ABC family movie called Beauty and the Briefcase with Hilary Duff from Lizzie McGuire, who also played Olivia Burke in Gossip Girl. Here's the disc. My second last old one is Moonrise Kingdom, which is directed by Wes Anderson. It's Bruce Willis in it, Edward Norton, Frances McDormand, Bill Murray, and just what the disc looks like. That was Moonrise Kingdom. My last old one is a movie called Princess Protection Program with Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez, who just turned 21. So happy birthday, Selena. Here's the back. Here's the disc. That was Princess Protection Program. That's all my old ones. Now let's move into my new ones. My first pile of new ones. My first new one and my first Tom Cruise movie is Jack Reacher. This is based on a book. If you don't know what Jack Reacher is, I'll read you the synopsis. Ex-military investigator Jack Reacher, Tom Cruise, leaps off the pages of Lee Child's best-selling novel and onto the big screen in the explosive thriller that critics are calling taut, muscular, rough, and corp. When an unspeakable crime is committed, all evidence points to the suspect in custody, who offers up a single note in defense: get Jack Reacher. The law has limits, but Reacher does not. When his fight for the truth pits him against an unexpected enemy with a skill for violence and a secret to keep. That was Jack Reacher. Here's the disc. My second Tom Cruise movie is called Oblivion. This is the one with Tom Cruise and Morgan Freeman. I'll read the synopsis. Tom Cruise stars in Oblivion, an original and groundbreaking cinematic event from the visionary director of Tron Legacy and producers of Rise of the Planet of the Apes. On a spectacular future that has evolved beyond recognition, one man's confrontation with the past will lead him on a journey of redemption and discovery as he battles to save mankind. This is Tom Cruise's other character, Jack Harper. Jack Harper Cruise serves as a security repairman stationed on an evacuated Earth, part of a massive operation to extract vital resources after decades of war. With a terrifying alien threat who still scavenges what's left of our planet, Jack's mission is almost complete in a matter of 2 weeks. The war-torn world he has long called home, living in and patrolling the breathtaking skies from thousands of feet above, Jack's soaring existence is brought crashing down after he rescues a beautiful stranger from a drowned spacecraft. Drawn to Jack through a connection that transcends logic. That was Oblivion. Sorry, is the disc. My next one is Monsters University. This is when Mike Wazowski met James B. Sullivan. This is before Monsters Inc. I read this blue to you in my last review, so I'll just show you the disc. This one is a colored disc. See, look. This is Despicable Me 2. I read this to you in my last review, so I'll just show you the disc as well. My next one is Identity Thief with Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy, who is now in a movie called The Heat with Sandra Bullock. If you haven't got this movie, I'll quickly read to you. Hilarious, not if it happens to you. Unlimited funds have allowed Diana McCarthy to live it up on the outskirts of Miami, where the queen of retail buys whatever strikes her fancy. There's only one glitch. The idea she's using to finance these sprees reads Sandy Bigelow Patterson, and he belongs to an accounts rep, Bateman, who lives halfway across the US. With only 1 week to hunt down the con artist before his world implodes, the real Sandy Bigelow Patterson heads south to confront the woman with an all-access pass to his life. As he attempts to bribe, coax, and wrangle her the 2,000 miles to Denver, one easy target will discover just how tough it is to get your name back. That was Identity Thief. Is the disc. I already showed you this in my last review, so here is G.I. Joe Retaliation again. Sorry. Is the disc. This is Fast and the Furious 6. I already showed this to you in my last review, so I'll show the disc. Yeah. Here comes my next pile of all new ones. This one is The Croods. This is the DreamWorks animation movie. I quickly read to you in my last review, so I'll just show you the disc. There it is. Sorry. This is The Hangover Part 3, the last in the Hangover trilogy. Next one is Skyfall. Bond. James Bond. Is the disc. Sorry. Is the disc. This is my new one called Mud, with Matthew McConaughey from The Lincoln Lawyer, Magic Mike, Killer Joe. Read it to you. Mud is a coming-of-age drama centered around two 14-year-old boys who encounter a mysterious fugitive hiding out on an island in the Mississippi. Intrigued by this man, they enter into a pact to help him evade capture and reconnect with the love of his life. Though it is hard for the boys to discern truth from fiction, when it comes to Mud, it isn't long until their small Arkansas town is besieged by a beautiful girl with a line for hunters in tow. That was Mud. That's Mud. This is Mental, which got Toni Collette, Anthony LaPaglia, Liv Schreiber, and Rebecca Gibney from the TV show Packed to the Rafters, which is not on anymore. Kath and Kim Dorella, the movie about Kath and Kim go to Italy with Sharon, but Cal and Brett come later to stop Kim from marrying Prince Julio. Next one is The Place Beyond the Pines with Ryan Gosling from his new movie called Only God Forgives, Bradley Cooper from The Hangover Part 3, Eva Mendes, Ray Liotta. This is 42, The Jackie Robinson Story with Chadwick Boseman, Harrison Ford, Tia Knight from TV's Grey's Anatomy. My second last one is Oz, the Great and Powerful. Sorry, I forgot to show you the discs. That's 42. This is Place Beyond the Pines. Mental. Kath and Kim Dorella. Oz, the Great and Powerful. And the last one is Beautiful Creatures, which I reviewed on the radio of my podcast. Here's the disc. That was beautiful. That was my review. So movies I reviewed today were Beautiful Creatures, Oz, the Great and Powerful, Kath and Kim Dorella, the movie, Mental, The Place Beyond the Pines, 42, The Jackie Robinson Story, Mud, Skyfall, The Hangover Part 3, The Cruise, Fast and the Furious 6, G.I. Joe Retaliation, Identity Thief, Despicable Me 2, Monsters University, and my two Tom Cruise movies, Jack Reacher and Oblivion. And plus I reviewed some oldies like Princess Protection Program, Moonrise Kingdom, Beauty in the Briefcase, Just Go With It, The 5-Year Engagement, Annie, Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam, The Adjustment Bureau, The First Camp Rock, Mr. Popper's Penguins, Grown Ups, The Lincoln Lawyer, The Social Network, Footloose, What to Expect When You're Expecting, This means war. The Kings of Mykonos, Wild Boys 2. Ted. The Muppets. How Do You Know? And my tribute to Chloe Monteith, Monte Carlo. That was my reviews for today. I'm the J-Man saying, peace out and rest in peace, Chloe Monteith.